We need Joe here for this important Wubuntu story. Because we know he loves Windows.
Okay, so Ubuntu.
Also known as Windows Ubuntu, is an operating system that reproduces all the appearance and functionality of Microsoft Windows, including Copilot, Edge, OneDrive, PowerShell, Teams, etc., but does not require TPM, Secure Boot, or any other hardware requirements for its operation. You'll also be able to run various Microsoft Windows, Android, and Linux applications using Wubuntu, compatible with Windows applications. Run your favorite EXE and MSI applications, Microsoft ecosystem. Enjoy embedded apps like Edge, Teams, Skype, PowerShell, Code, and more. They have different flavors: Windows Ubuntu 11 Plasma, Cinnamon, Power Tools, Control Tools. Power Toys is a powerful toolset that implements a software layer based on Microsoft Windows application. Tools like Control Panel, Network Settings, OneDrive, Android support, and many others. Let's see. This is not free.
There is a free edition.
Oh, is there? Okay. Let's see. They have... I'm looking at the professional edition. Features support our system or receive a professional key to unlock exclusive Power Tools tool functions, unrestricted access to unique updates and features for life. The money raised from donations will be used exclusively to maintain the project.
So they have, on their free version, they have Ubuntu 11 Plasma, Windows Ubuntu 11 Cinnamon, and actually, no. Looks like the Cinnamon is the non-free version, and the Plasma is the free edition. And then you get Power Tools and Control Tools. Power Toys is a powerful tool set that implements a software layer based on Microsoft Windows applications. Tools like Control Panel, Network Settings, OneDrive, Android support, and many others are available through Power Tools. So I think Power Tools is the bit you're paying for.
Right. It says Power Tools professional features includes Windows style Control Panel, which we all love, Active Directory support, access OneDrive directly through the file manager, support for Android subsystem, improved support for Microsoft Windows applications through Wine, update and improvement of Microsoft Windows themes, direct support with developers, and access to new professional versions of the Wubuntu and Linux FX operating systems. So if you click on PayPal, let's see how much it is here. Oh, you have the choice. You can receive one lifetime professional key. One key is $35, 2 keys $70, 3 keys $105, or you can choose other. But who's volunteered for testing this out? Scotty, you want to test this out?
Only if it has snaps.
Come back with a professional review later. I don't know if it has snaps or not.
It sort of reminds me of Lindos, though. Anybody remember Lindos?
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yes, and I understand our friends from Redmond really didn't like Lindo.
So I wonder if this will get some attention from our friends in Redmond.
They didn't like it so much that it had to be renamed Linspire.
Oh, that's right. Linspire, I forgot.
Yeah, but Linspire was a bit different, though.
Was it different from Lindo's?
Yeah,
I think
but
so.
Linspire was formerly Lindo's. Like, literally.
And then it turned into FreeSpire, wasn't it?
That I'm not sure. I know Microsoft sued them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how about this? With that what's it called again?
Wubuntu.
With the Wubuntu, does it allow you to have a global app menu?
See, this is why you're going to have to buy a key and find out, so you can tell us all these beautiful features.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I would ever buy a Mac, one of those M1 Macs, is so that I can go around showing everybody that I have a global menu, but I'd never use it.
I use. Well,
You mean
what
you wouldn't install Asahi on it?
No, because you know what? I think what they're doing is a fantastic idea, but when I want to run Linux, I just use a computer. I don't, you know, what they're doing. It sounds like they're running Linux on a very powerful calculator, and I mean, look, if it works, fine, but I'll just use a computer. Thanks.
Now, what if you want to run Windows though? Then what are you gonna do?
What, Windows?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll just install KDE.
Go back to the therapist.
Yeah, right. Just run a Wubuntu.
Not that.
I can get enough of a Windows fix off of Wine, although I must say that I haven't really tested my Wine 9.
Now, what are the interesting things about that? You said it also has PowerShell on there. Like they actually got PowerShell running in Ubuntu.
I think so.
Well, PowerShell was open sourced a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah, you can get a PowerShell deb, I think, without having to pay anybody.
So it must be the configuration that's probably like a pain. Why they're thinking they can sell it.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it, Lubuntu or Wubuntu for
get it right.
for people who are coming from the Windows world is a steal. I mean, there are people. I mean, this is a cousin to those people who sell you a magic USB stick that will magically speed up your computer by not running Windows on. The people that buy this stuff are used to paying for whatever, and they would be disappointed if they weren't pay if somebody didn't try to charge them for a free item.
I agree because I really don't understand what the market would be for this other than you don't want to configure Wine and probably play on Linux and Lutris.
You know, there is a market for something like this. Like you know, you're setting up a computer for your grandma. She's used to Windows for her whole life, and this will run Windows applications using Wine, and most of that setup is all done and ready to go for you. And you don't want to install Windows, and you don't want to pay the Windows tax.
That's true.
And you don't want to pay for crossover Office or whatever.
Oh, okay. See, I'm glad you mentioned that. Does it actually run Office though? It would be impressive if it runs Office. I'd be impressed with it.
Most people run Office in a browser, right?
Yeah. Well, I was about to say that there is a, I think it's a snap that will run Office as it is, but it might just be a web app version.
Yeah, it's the web app.
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of OneNote. I think that's the one thing that Microsoft has done brilliantly is OneNote. And sometimes I'll want to run that on Linux just for the sake of running it. And you can run it from, I think it's a snap. It's been a while since I ran it.
I like the Windows Task Manager.
Why?
I like seeing the graphs. They're pretty.
Each his own.
Yeah, so there is a snap, but it's not the one that I was running back in the day.
If they only had a snap of the Windows Task Manager,
Then you would be the only one to use it.
I'd maintain it. I'd learn whatever language they're using, and I'd maintain it.
Didn't they come up with something that was like a task manager for
There are
Linux?
task managers.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got
There's all
thousands
kinds
of them.
But they're not Windows.
that's that. That shook the screen. That was
It did.
fantastic. I've actually run Office and Wine before.